everyone, I'm Lena, and welcome to USA News.
Russian President Vladimir Putin pushing forward with nuclear tests a week after President Trump suggested that the United States would conduct our own. But Trump says there's another path.
We're the #1 nuclear power, which I hate to admit because it's so horrible. It's such a horrible situation if it ever has to be used. Russia's second, China's a distant third, but they'll catch us within 4 or 5 years. They want to catch us, and they'll be able to catch us, and we're maybe working on a plan to denuclearize the three of us, so we'll see if that works.
Here to react is Fox News senior correspondent Benjamin Hall. Round of applause for Benjamin, guys. In person, you're going to be presenting tonight.
Yes, sir.
So the president rocked the world when he said we're going to start nuclear testing first time since the early 90s. And now he's saying the goal would be to denuclearize.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see the back and forth between Russia and the US on this. I mean, President Putin was clearly responding to what President Trump said. But there are some caveats under that. It would take Russia months, if not years, to prepare for a proper nuclear test. And the Energy Secretary, Chris Wright, told Fox on Sunday that, in fact, the US were not going to test the explosives. They were going to test the system around them. So perhaps, in one sense, this is a bit of back and forth bluster. But there are underlying issues when it comes to the nuclear facilities around the world. You know, Russia tested its new nuclear missile a month ago. It tested its nuclear-powered torpedo a month ago. The US tested one last week. You see China building up its nuclear facilities. Massively increasing its number of weapons. And the START treaty, which limits how many nukes both the US and Russia can have, expires next February. Now, there are a lot of things underlying here that suggest that we're seeing more action on the nuclear level. And Russia has been using this against the US for some years since Ukraine started, effectively telling President Biden, if you give weapons to Ukraine, we might use a nuke.
You've been bluffing the whole time.
They have been bluffing, but you know, one thing is to say it's bluffing, it's two sides just talking back and forth, but there are some really underlying issues here, and I think that we have to be careful to say it's just back and forth. You never know with someone like Putin, when Russia is under threat right now, the new sanctions from President Trump, you don't know what a country like Russia might actually
Imagine
do.
we gave him tomahawks.
Well, then you think that the war might be over sooner, but you don't know what Russia would do on the back foot. So it works two ways.
Benjamin, we're on the stage. We're out here at the Tillis Center because the Patriot Awards are tonight, and you're presenting for the first time ever the Honor Award. It's named after your daughter. Your oldest daughter's name is Honor. Tell us about that.
I'm so pleased that Fox has started this award. And look, as a backstory, when I was injured in Ukraine, I was in this car and the second shell landed and I blacked out and I had shrapnel in my face and I was almost gone. And I saw my daughter Honor. She was 6 years old and she was in front of me. And into the
Please subscribe to our official channel, USA News.